And yeah, now I want to just get back to this whole concept of worship. Firstly, they sang a song, worship. Worship, we in so many churches think of worship as singing songs. There's a lot more to life is worship. So the singing of the hymn here is not worship alone. It's part of it. But every aspect of life is part of worship, as a Christian life, that is. There's a lot of songs, hymns, psalms. The biggest book in the Bible is Psalms. In other words, singing is important to God. But there are lots of other books in the Bible. If you add all the books as historical, then there are more than the songs. So does that mean that teaching history in church is the most important thing and the singing is like a lesser thing? Kind of no. All of that is part of worshiping God. It's not praise and worship. That hour that people in certain churches, half an hour in other churches, and if you're a Reformed Presbyterian, then I guess it's not even that long because it's all part of the liturgy, right? It is not alone worship. So we need to understand that worship is more than just singing a song. The other thing I just want to, we see from this worship here that it's based upon a historical fact, written after the fact, understandably, but the lyrics of it is not repetitive. It's not repetitive at all. They go throughout their history and they add certain things. They take things from the culture and they put it in this to glorify God. The only eyes in there is the enemy was trying to, speaking about how I will do this, I will destroy the people, I will, right? That's the only eyes in there. In the teaching I spoke about it. But if you look at modern songs, so-called Christian songs, repetition, oh man, it's over and over and over again. And then they really, I've been in so many certain denominations where they then really for 10 minutes can repeat a choir part of a song. And even the choir part of the song is already repetitive. So you have repetitiveness lasting for 10 minutes. I can understand why people then go into a trance and start speaking in tongues and all those kinds of things. Because, I don't know, it's like, you can't stay sane when you do this. It's just impossible. But yeah, right? That's not how it's supposed to be. I'm not saying that we're only supposed to sing psalms. There's lots of beautiful songs, and our group is now as well a mission in a church group, whatever, student group, whatever. Some of the students writing, they wrote this lyrics to a song about the grace of God as seen in the Old Testament. Yes, we still can come up with we ought to come up with beautiful songs to worship God by voice. Again, not just worship, that's all, but by voice, by singing. It is important, but we need to come up with songs that's addressed to God and the glory of God and the beauty of God and not about us. And not just repetitive all the time. So yeah, it's one of my pet peeves for the modern church. And I think it shows as well at how we as humans in general became stupid. And how we in the church plays into the hands of the world by doing the same thing, by repeating things, by, people can't concentrate for more than 45 seconds, so we must make everything 45 second like shorts and just repeat the same word and the one word over and over again, because that's all people can. No, Christians not supposed. We're not made in the image of God to be fooled, to be dumbed down like this. We ought to be better than this because we're made in God's image. So yes, so please, for any musician out there, people writing Christian songs, churches singing these songs, please throw out the nonsense little repetitive stuff and bring back stuff that will raise your people up in their knowledge and in their mental capacities so that they can start worshiping God again by not just repetitive stuff, but with their minds as well. When they can read these words and can see in the words the beauty of God, take it away from the glory of man and put it back in the glory of God. Yeah, that's as well what we see in this song here. So please do that. I beg of you. Don't treat your Christians, members in church as fools, and don't worship man. Start worshiping God and start treating your people as made in the image of God by singing songs that actually challenge them, challenge their brains to grow. So please, so enjoy the view. I was just thinking, like the songs. I mean, God could have made one color green, but there's a variety of green. God could have made one type of tree, but there's a variety of tree. People could have built one kind of house, and actually there's quite a lot that looks the same, but there are different kinds of houses, different kinds of vegetables growing down there. There is diversity. That's how God made us. We look differently, all of us as humans. Yes, some of us look a little bit more than others. You sometimes get your twin. So please, when it gets to the singing, why, if God gave so many words, you just use a few over and over again? You didn't follow the example of your father, unluckily. You follow the example of the world.